Ladies and gentlemen, if you are over 75, or if you plan to live that long, and I trust that you do, then what I'm about to tell you may be the most important truth you'll ever hear about your health, your longevity, and your legacy. Because after 75, asterisk asterisk, 99% of deaths are not from fate. They are not from age. They are from 5 common causes, asterisk asterisk, all of which are preventable. You see, death does not creep up in the night uninvited. It is summoned by habits, beliefs, and neglect, but just as surely life can be summoned too, and that, my friends, is what we are here to do. After the age of 75, most people assume that death is simply a result of old age, a natural, unavoidable process. But the truth is far more empowering. Statistics show that over 99% of deaths in this age group are not caused by age itself, but by specific preventable health conditions. This means that aging does not equal decline, and death is not an automatic outcome of turning a certain number. Instead, most deaths occur because of long-term neglect of health, unaddressed lifestyle habits, and a lack of proactive care. This realization shifts the conversation from fatalism to responsibility. The body, even in later years, responds to care, nourishment, movement, and mindset. Most people die after 75 not because their bodies give up, but because they've stopped giving their bodies what they need to thrive. Their hearts grow weak not due to time, but because of years of poor nutrition or stress. Their minds fade not from age, but from disuse and isolation. They develop disease not from fate, but from choices, made daily, often unconsciously, over decades. This understanding is not meant to blame, but to awaken. It is a powerful reminder that we are not helpless. We are not doomed to decline. In fact, we have far more influence over our health span, the number of years we stay active, sharp, and independent, than we've been led to believe. If 99% of deaths come from preventable causes, then we have an opportunity, not just to extend our years, but to expand their quality, to live deliberately, not passively. The clock doesn't kill us, but inattention does. And once we recognize that, we can begin to reclaim control, not only of how long we live, but of how well we live. The vast majority of deaths after age 75 can be traced back to 5 major health conditions: heart disease, cancer, respiratory illnesses, stroke, and cognitive decline. These are not random or purely genetic events. They are deeply connected to the choices we make every single day: what we eat, how we move, how we manage stress, and how engaged we remain with life. These conditions do not appear suddenly in old age. They build up silently over time, shaped by years of habits that either support health or sabotage it. Heart disease, for instance, is often the result of poor diet, lack of exercise, and unmanaged stress. Cancer risks increase with exposure to toxins, processed foods, and chronic inflammation. Respiratory issues are commonly linked to air quality, smoking history, and sedentary living. Stroke often stems from high blood pressure, which is influenced by stress, diet, and inactivity. Cognitive decline, including dementia and Alzheimer's, can be exacerbated by mental inactivity, isolation, and poor nutrition. This doesn't mean that genetics don't play a role. They do, but genes are not destiny. In many cases, they are simply a predisposition that is either triggered or silenced by our environment and lifestyle. What this tells us is that we are not powerless. We can, through consistent action, significantly reduce the risk of these 5 killers. And when we do, we not only add years to our life, we add life to our years. The body responds to care, the mind responds to challenge, the heart responds to connection, and all of these systems thrive when we make deliberate, informed choices. The 5 major causes of death after 75 are not a sentence. They are a signal, a wake-up call to live with greater awareness, purpose, and discipline in how we treat ourselves. The most powerful medicine for a long, healthy life isn't found in a pill bottle. It's in the daily habits we choose to practice. Small, consistent actions done every day have a far greater impact on longevity and well-being than any single medical intervention. While modern medicine can treat illness, it's our lifestyle that truly determines whether illness takes root in the first place. What we do every day, even if it seems minor, creates the foundation for either disease or vitality. Simple habits like walking for 20 minutes, eating fresh vegetables, drinking enough water, and getting restful sleep are far more potent than they appear. When repeated consistently, they improve blood circulation, reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, support the immune system, and help regulate stress. These effects accumulate. Over time, they strengthen the body's ability to repair itself, resist illness, and maintain clarity of mind. It's not just physical routines that matter. Mental habits, like gratitude, mindfulness, reading, and social interaction, also play a critical role. They help reduce cortisol, boost mood, and keep the brain engaged and growing. When people neglect these habits, even without obvious symptoms, small cracks begin to form in their health. Years later, those cracks can widen into chronic disease. The good news is that no matter your age, it's never too late to start. The body is incredibly adaptable. It responds quickly to care, movement, and nourishment even after decades of neglect. What matters most is consistency. Health is not built by intense effort once in a while, but by small acts repeated with discipline and belief. Every choice is a message to the body, either to decay or to heal. Daily habits are not just routines, they are lifelines. They are the quiet, powerful force that determines the course of your future. The relationship between the mind and body is far more powerful than most people realize. The body doesn't act independently. It listens to the thoughts you think, the emotions you hold, and the beliefs you carry. When you constantly believe you are getting old, weak, or tired, your body starts to reflect that belief. This is not just metaphor, it's biology. Your thoughts influence hormones, immune function, blood pressure, and even how cells repair themselves. That's why a healthy mindset is not just motivational talk. It's a physiological necessity. People who believe they are strong, capable, and resilient tend to live longer and recover faster. Their bodies follow the lead of a mind that expects to heal. On the other hand, those who dwell on decline, disease, and helplessness often experience exactly that. The body becomes what the mind repeatedly imagines. This is not to say that mindset alone can cure every illness, but it plays a significant role in prevention, recovery, and the quality of life experienced at every age. Science has shown that positive emotions like gratitude, joy, and purpose trigger beneficial chemical responses in the body. They reduce stress hormones, improve immune function, and increase life satisfaction. Mental practices like visualization, meditation, and affirmations help align your internal world with the health outcomes you want to see. And this alignment creates real, physical results over time. Ultimately, the mind sets the tone for how the body performs. If you see yourself as someone who is still growing, still learning, and still vibrant, your body will strive to match that vision. If you surrender to the idea that aging means decline, your body will begin to withdraw. The body is the servant of the mind. So direct your thoughts toward strength, health, and vitality, and the body will do its best to follow. Getting older doesn't mean you are destined to fall apart. What truly causes the decline we associate with aging isn't the passage of time, it's neglect. It's the gradual erosion of physical strength, mental clarity, and emotional energy due to inactivity, poor habits, and a lack of intentional living. Many people believe that weakness, forgetfulness, and fatigue are just part of growing old, but these symptoms are more often the result of years without movement, stimulation, or proper care. The human body is designed to move, to think, to connect. When those natural processes are ignored, the systems that depend on them begin to break down. Muscles shrink not because of age, but because they aren't being used. Memory fades not just due to years, but because the brain isn't being challenged. Energy drains not from the calendar, but from disuse and a sedentary lifestyle. Aging itself isn't the problem, it's how we respond to it. There are countless examples of people in their 80s and 90s who are still physically active, mentally sharp, and emotionally engaged. What sets them apart isn't luck or genetics, it's their decision to stay involved in life. They walk, read, socialize, learn new skills, and maintain purpose. These actions keep the body strong and the mind alive. Neglect, on the other hand, sends a powerful signal to the body and brain that they are no longer needed. The truth is, decline is not inevitable. The moment we stop pushing ourselves to grow is the moment the body begins to weaken and the mind starts to retreat. If you treat aging like an excuse to slow down and give up, the body will comply. But if you treat it as a reason to stay active, involved, and purposeful, the body will rise to the challenge. Vitality is not something that happens by accident. It is the result of daily choices made with awareness and intention. While many people believe that their health in later years is out of their control, the truth is that staying healthy and full of life is a decision, one that must be made every single day. The choice to get up and move, to prepare a nourishing meal, to go for a walk instead of sitting in front of the television, to reach out to a friend instead of isolating. These are the small decisions that build a powerful momentum over time. What makes these choices so important is that they are cumulative. You don't suddenly become healthy or unhealthy overnight. Instead, your daily actions either support your body's strength or slowly wear it down. Each day presents a fresh opportunity to either renew your energy or drain it. The body listens to your behavior. If you treat it well, it adapts, strengthens, and restores itself. If you neglect it, it gradually begins to shut down systems it no longer believes are needed. The same is true for the mind. Staying mentally sharp and emotionally resilient is not about avoiding stress or difficulty. It's about engaging fully with life, continuing to learn, and making purposeful choices. Choosing vitality means refusing to live on autopilot. It means deciding that your health is a priority, even when it's not convenient or easy. Ultimately, this is about reclaiming personal power. You don't need perfect conditions, expensive treatments, or extreme measures. What you need is consistency, belief, and commitment to the idea that your choices matter. Every time you choose movement over stillness, nourishment over convenience, and engagement over passivity, you are choosing life. Vitality isn't gifted. It's earned one day at a time.